got a few problems with my car recently. As you saw at the beginning of the clip, there's water and condensation in my headlight. I took the back plate off and took the casing off the back where you would change your light bulbs, and there's water coming on in the inside of this, so the rubber seal around here is shot, so I need to order a new seal, and then hopefully that'll fix the headlight problem. But there's more than just the headlight that's wrong with the car. A couple of months ago I realised that there was a lot of water underneath the carpets under the seats. And by I mean a lot of water, I mean like a good couple of inches worth of ice cold water just floating underneath the carpets. It was horrendous. So I had to get a sponge and soak it all up and put towels under there and just keep drying it. I took it to the garage and he undid all the bungs on the car to let the water drain out and to air it out, but he left the bungs out, and I don't think it's cured the problem, and I'm a little bit worried that it's actually going to make it worse. Instead of the water being channeled to where it should go, it's now just an open hole for it to splash kind of anywhere, and I'm worried that could cause more problems later. If you notice the warning lights on the dashboard, the problem there is when there's sensors underneath the carpet under the seats, and obviously with the being just water under there, it's damaged the sensor and it controls the ABS. So when I'm driving, when I first turn on the car, it's trying to put on the ABS all the time, and it's slowing you down, and it's grinding, and it makes a horrible noise. And then eventually the computer says to itself, okay, it's fine, and then the ABS stops being applied, but then all these warning lights come on all at once, which you saw there. So I think I need a new sensor. I think the bungs putting back in and make sure all the pathways are clean. I think instead of taking it to the regular garage that I take it to, I'm going to actually take it to a BMW specialist. I just got my hair cut today, and the guy that cut my hair uses a guy who's from Germany who works for BMW, but he's got his own garage here in England. But he's a specialist just in BMW, he doesn't see any other car. And I think I'm going to take it to him and get him to check it over, because I think these problems could get worse over time. I'd rather spend a little bit of money and fix it properly before it gets to the point where my car's rusting to pieces because there's water everywhere. So at the moment what we're doing is I'm driving around with the headlights on, just trying to get that condensation out, and then I'm just going to put the I'm just going to seal it back up with the case, even though you know, it's just going to happen again until I get a new rubber seal. But I'm just trying to keep on top of it, that it doesn't get ridiculous water in there. So yeah, we're going for a little drive. I've got my drone with me, so we'll get some little aerial shots of the scenery. I've already taken Teddy out today, so I've been for a walk already. Teddy gets quite restless in the car if I'm sat not doing anything, because he wants to go off walking, so I've not got him with me at the moment. About once a year we do a question and answer video, and so I'm going to include that in this video. I don't make really hugely specific videos for that, but if you'd like to join in with a Q&A, leave your questions in the comments below, and at some point, maybe by the end of this year or early next year, I'll do a video answering the questions. It can be anything you like, it can be whatever you want. Fragrance related or not, it doesn't matter. If you've got a question, I will answer it. So yeah, leave that in the comments below on this video, and we'll do that at some point. Just realised I don't have a memory card inside the drone, so it means I can't film any footage on my drone. So if you're a vlogger, just make sure your SD card is in there before you set off. I'm going to probably drive back and pick it up. I might pick up Teddy and go for a second walk. He's already been out today, but it's a pretty beautiful day. We might go over there. So I'll go back, pick up an SD card, maybe grab Teddy again. I'm going to see if this headlight has burned off that condensation yet, and we'll see. This week I've worn a few fragrances. The beginning of the week was kind of cold, grey, not such a great day. And I wore Nascimato Pardon, which is this kind of warm, resinous, sweet, kind of spicy, woody fragrance. And then for the last 2 days it's been quite nice, like today, kind of blue sky, quite cool, but you know, nice enough to wear a t-shirt. So yesterday I wore Creed Aventus, one I really enjoy wearing a lot. I enjoy the muskiness of it. And yeah, and today I'm wearing Able White Vetiver, which is very smooth, which is a very smooth lime and kind of a clean vetiver. All really good. I've enjoyed wearing them this week. Nascimato I kind of went off for a while and didn't wear it all that often. I found, you know, in the last couple of months reaching for it more often and really enjoying it again, so that's cool. I've still got water in the headlights after driving around for about 20 minutes with the headlights on. There's still condensation there. I'm hoping by the time I get back to the car and drive home that maybe it'll have all evaporated away and be okay again. But it needs a new seal around the housing. I've been thinking a little bit about what art means with perfumery. I feel like it can make you quite fearless when you don't worry about what other people think. Like, for instance, I think it's a really good thing that I don't like most perfume in the world, because I'm not intimidated by the industry or by perfumers or by, you know, what these professional master perfumers make. I don't really care about their opinion or judgment, because I think 95% plus of what they make is not good. So I think it makes you a bit fearless. I feel like art in perfumery, you know, because it's such a big business, it gets lost, because instead of making an artistic statement from an artist, what happens is you have board meetings and people doing market research of what people like to smell in the general public, and they come up with an idea in a boardroom with meetings and people discussing what it is that's going to sell the most and what's the next trend, and trying to formulate something to please a large audience rather than making something specific for an artist individually. It gets lost, it gets diluted down, and then you have this pool of generic smelling, generally mass appealing things that kind of lack soul and character on an individual level, because they're not designed that way. They're designed to generally please everybody, but not really be loved by the few. Does that make sense? I feel like the art is kind of dissolved rather than being in its pure form, where you have one individual with a vision that he wants to make something that he loves the way he wants it, and he creates it regardless of what anyone else thinks of it. That's real art. Whether or not you think it's good is a different thing, but that's what I feel like art should be. If you've created something that you love and that it satisfies your creative itch as an artist, then you've won, regardless of what anyone else may judge on you or what anyone else may think. You've won because you made it the way you want to make it. Like a piece of music or a painting, it was done a specific way for that person to feel fulfilled in what they created, not to please somebody else. Art is inherently selfish, and I think it should be, because it's a representation of a personal feeling and an emotion from an individual. It's not a mass thing. That's kind of my thought process at the moment. you know, we take too much weight in other people's opinions instead of just doing, you know, what we want to do. I think we'll wrap it up there. I'm hoping that the condensation is out of my light. If not, I'll just have to kind of keep airing it out until it's gone, but it's not going to be solved until the new rubber seal is on. And I think I'm going to ring this specialist and see if they can have a look at it. So yeah, there's some work to do on it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Me and Teddy will say goodbye. Ted, say goodbye. I'll see you later, everybody. Take care. Bye.